What's up, everyone? The New York Knicks have gotten off to a surprising 2-2 start, and the biggest reason for that has been the play of Julius Randle. Randle has received a lot of criticism from Knicks fans. Much of that criticism was well deserved. Last year, Randle did put up big numbers, but too often he was out of control. It was his first year as a team's number one option, and he really struggled to deal with the extra defensive attention he was receiving, often turning the ball over when he faced double teams. Well, it looks like Randle has learned a lot from that first year experience because he looks like a completely different player this season. It's still early, but Randle is currently playing at an all-star level. On the year, Randle is averaging 25 points, 10 boards, and 7 assists per game. He's been totally dominating the box score, including a triple-double in a win against the Cavaliers, where he finished with 28 points, 12 boards, and 11 assists. Randle isn't just putting up super impressive numbers, but he's also helping the Knicks win, including a 20-point blowout of the Milwaukee Bucks and a road win on a Cavaliers team that was 3-0 up to that point. If Randle keeps this up, he'll be an all-star candidate. So in this video, let's break down what Randle is doing to bring his game to an elite level. But before we continue, if you like content like this, please like the video as it really encourages the YouTube algorithm to recommend it to more people, and please subscribe as it really helps my channel grow. Now let's get started. First, let's cover Randle's playmaking. Through 4 games, Randle's 7.3 assists per game ranks 10th overall in the league. He's always had playmaking potential, but the problem with Randle last year was that he wasn't a willing passer. He would make a good pass sometimes, but too often he would force a tough shot over multiple defenders instead of finding the wide open guy, which would often lead to a turnover. Many fans called him a ball hog. This is why last year, Randle's turnover average was pretty much the same as his assist average. This season, Julius Randle more often than not is hitting the wide open man, which is leading to these high assist numbers. One of the new changes that Thibodeau has been trying to implement this year is ball movement. Too often last year, the Knicks' offense was incredibly stagnant and ISO heavy. Thibodeau has been trying to encourage the Knicks to swing the ball and find the wide open man. Randle is clearly embracing the system that Tibbs has been implementing, as he's been moving the ball to find great shots rather than settling. When Randle draws help defense, he's hitting his teammates with precision for smooth dimes. He's also been keeping his head up and finding cutters and shooters, which is also leading to assists. Randle is also running the fast break well. Here he brings the ball up the court and then sets RJ Barrett up for the easy dunk. Again, Randle does the same thing here, brings the ball up the court, draws multiple defenders, and then finds Elfrid Payton for the easy layup. Here the Knicks are on a 4-on-3 fast break, and Randle finds Burke for the nice reverse layup. What I find ironic about all of this is that last year, David Fizdale's vision for Randle was to turn him into a point forward. He told the media that he wanted Randle to initiate offense. He wanted him bringing the ball up the court and running pick and roll because he believed that Randle was an underrated passer. As stated before, it seemed like a horrible idea at the time to utilize Randle as a point forward because he struggled mightily with that role. Now, Randle is a good ball handler, but he lacked the basketball IQ to run a team offense the way other point forwards like LeBron James can. Well, it looks like David Fizdale's experiment benefited Randle because he learned from that experience. He took a lot of lumps last year, but the constant mistakes that he made helped him to learn to become a much better passer. Now Randle is starting to look like the point forward that Fizdale envisioned Randle could be last year. The next area where Randle has looked a lot better is his three-point shooting. When the Knicks initially signed Randle, I wasn't a big fan of the signing because of the lack of shooting. I thought it would have made much more sense for the Knicks to put a stretch forward next to RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson than a non-shooter. Sure, Randle was coming off a season where he shot 34% from 3 on the Pelicans, but it was on low volume, and he was a career 28% three-point shooter up to that point, so it looks like a complete anomaly. Last season, my fear came alive as Randle only shot 27% from 3, which contributed to the Knicks' lack of spacing on offense. But this year, Randle has improved his shooting by leaps and bounds. Through 4 games, Randle's outside shooting has been off the charts as he's currently shooting 69% from 3 on 3.3 attempts a game. This is an absurdly high percentage, and that high level shooting has not only made Randle a lot better, but the team offense much better as well. Now, 69% is obviously unsustainable, but if Randle could keep his three-point shot above 35%, it would improve the spacing on the Knicks offense, as teams will have to defend Randle from outside due to being a legit three-point threat. If Randle can continue hitting from outside at a high percentage, I also think that would make him a long-term fit next to Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett. Last year, these guys didn't fit on the floor together and didn't play too much together due to the fact that all three were complete non-shooters. But with Randle looking like a legit stretch four, this is possibly a core that can grow together, especially when you consider that Randle is only 26. Hopefully, Randle can sustain his hot shooting throughout the season. The last area I want to talk about is Randle's high-level scoring. This year, Randle is averaging 25 a game, which if sustained would be a career high. And he's also doing it while being efficient, as Randle is currently shooting 55% from the field. Randle is getting a lot of his damage done in the mid-range. He's currently shooting 60% between 10 to 19 feet. He's getting most of these looks off, isolating in the high and the low post, where he'll either shoot a fadeaway or create space with a step-back move to get his shot off. Most of these looks are coming off difficult attempts, so I don't expect his percentage from mid-range to remain this high, but if he could at least shoot 40% from that range, it could continue to be a legit weapon for him. Randle is also getting a lot of damage done inside, where he's currently shooting 50% within 5 feet of the basket. Randle is a good finisher, as he shot 58% from that same range last season, so I do expect that number will go up as the season goes on. Despite the low finishing number, attacking the basket is really upping his scoring, as he's getting to the free throw line at a high rate. Randle is currently taking 6.8 free throws a game, which ranks 14th amongst all NBA players. He's only hitting at 74%, which isn't a high percentage, but it is enough to make defenders pay for sending him there. I do expect that Randle's shooting numbers will come down to earth, but there's no reason he shouldn't be able to average an efficient 20 points per game if he continues to play smart and play aggressive. While Randle certainly deserves all the credit in the world for his improved level of play, the Knicks coaching staff also deserves credit for helping to unlock Randle. Coach Thibodeau has liked what he saw from Randle since day one, stating that Randle dropped weight and came into training camp in excellent shape. He's been encouraging Randle and the whole team to play the game unselfishly. Before the year even started, Thibodeau said that part of the team's identity would be sharing the basketball, and we're really seeing Randle embrace what Thibodeau has been preaching. Overall, Randle is playing at an all-star level for the Knicks this season, which is a huge positive for the team. It's still early, but if Randle continues to play like this and the Knicks continue winning, Randle could get voted in as an all-star. Only time will tell. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. What do you think of Randle's play this year? Is this sustainable? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and enjoy the rest of your day.